afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. It's a very exciting crowd. Thank you for joining us as we officially launch RIT's new brand identity. We want all of you to be brand champions. But before we get into the details, let me introduce RIT's top brand ambassador, President David Munson. Dr. Munson became RIT's 10th president in July 2017. He is responsible for one of the nation's leading creative and innovative universities that leverages the power of technology, the arts, and design for the greater good. And yes, I just slipped in some brand language right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Munson.
Well, thanks very much, John. It is wonderful to be here today for this exciting launch of RIT's new brand identity. I want to thank John and the marketing and communications team for all the thorough and hard work that went into this initiative. Let me start by asking, what is a brand? We all have our own thoughts and experiences with brands, whether it is a particular car we purchase or a restaurant that we remain loyal to year after year. Branding can include a logo, descriptive words, maybe a design, but it's a whole lot more than that. At its essential core, a brand is a summary of what people think about you when you're not in the room. It's an enduring impression of an organization's unique identity and value proposition. For our university, branding answers a fundamental question: who and what is RIT? Having an identifiable brand will help distinguish our university from others in the minds of prospective students and parents, colleagues at other universities, funding agencies, government officials, and the general population. Our brand works by forming emotional connections from the very first interaction. A billboard in downtown Rochester, a conversation at Imagine RIT, an inquiry from a potential student about NTID, or maybe an interaction with an RIT alumna in Silicon Valley. These interactions accumulate and shape the way people think and feel about our university. Branding a university is not an easy process. We are a complex organization with many stakeholders and audiences. They all have their own opinions, wants, and needs. We also have competitors that, like us, are not standing still and are looking for ways to accelerate. You will hear more details from John in just a moment, but there was a lot of thoughtful art and science that went into this process. Our new brand is derived from rigorous qualitative and quantitative research commissioned by my predecessor, President Bill Dessler. That includes feedback from target audiences, prospective students, corporate and community partners, school counselors, and academic peers, as well as our own students, faculty, staff, and alumni, many of whom are here or are watching us today. We have constructed a unified RIT story that we now can collectively share with the rest of the world. Our evolved message, design, and creative look and feel did assist in informing and was informed by RIT's vision and mission, our revised strategic plan, and blended campaign. It was important to align these important initiatives internally so that externally we are viewed as one university with a powerful singular story. Our brand will focus on a creative community and innovation in every discipline, with a dose of adventure, excitement, and yes, even a little bit of delight. The new brand platform will be brought to life through a smart and compelling look and feel that can be leveraged for marketing plans, campaigns, and initiatives by all the different units and parts of our university. Let me reinforce that RIT is an outstanding university and is only going to move upward. Collectively, we can do a better job of sharing with the rest of the world what truly makes us better, different, and special. As part of our goal to improve the university's national and global awareness of who we are, a consistent, clear, and compelling brand strategy and identity system were deemed to be essential. When everyone at RIT participates in a unified storytelling approach, our message will carry farther and also more quickly. When a stranger asks me what I do as president of RIT, there are probably a lot of things I could say, but today I'm going to say that I'm a cheerleader for a university that is shaping the future and improving the world through creativity and innovation. Short and sweet. John and the marketing and communications team are with me today to provide more depth and detail on this important initiative, and I hope that you will be as proud as I am to see where we have landed. You are some of our brand champions, and now we need all of you to be RIT's brand ambassadors. We need you to help tell our story to the world. Learn it, love it, and live it. And I will be right there beside you, because at RIT, we are always on to something amazing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dave, for those illuminating and inspiring words. At this point, I hope you're feeling what I'm feeling. Sometimes I like to quote Academy Award-winning actor Matthew McConaughey, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so everything we've been working on together is coming together right now. I'm certain that the adoption and implementation of our new brand identity system will help to distinguish this truly unique university, launching us to an ever higher trajectory that soars far above our competition. Yes, we are launching RIT. While I greatly appreciate President Munson's shout out for our dedicated and amazing Division of Marketing and Communications, I know, and the people in this room know, and our RIT family and friends around the world know, that this has been a collaborative and university-wide effort through every stage of this 2-year process. We truly have been a kaleidoscope of curious minds, crafting this complete system, glimpses of which you will see today. Along the way, we heard from over 10,000 people across 9 different audiences. And here is just a sample of the many groups that were created or engaged with throughout the process. We formed task forces, committees, and subcommittees, and we engage with all leadership and governance groups to help ensure that we continually received and incorporated key insights as we built the new system. As Dr. Munson noted, the purpose of our branding effort is to shine a bright spotlight on this amazing university. But how will we do that? We will do so by creating the language, both written and visual, that brings the RIT story to life in a clear, compelling, and consistent manner. Let's first look at the words and messaging. We started by asking the question, what is RIT's brand essence? In other words, our brand DNA, our core purpose, our heart and soul. The answer, we are an incubator for the exceptional. We then further define the statement in this way. If creativity is about ideation, and innovation is the process by which creativity is made real, then RIT is the place that invents new and better ways to move the world forward. Next, we created a message map. A message map basically provides help in crafting the language to use when talking to an audience about RIT. It prioritizes and organizes the most important messages for telling the RIT story by illustrating the relationship between attributes and benefits, that is, what we give and what we get. Importantly, our story always connects to the center of the map, the core brand promise. And what is RIT's core brand promise? At RIT, we call on curious minds to connect through creativity and innovation to invent new and better ways to move the world forward. We then build out the entire RIT message map, which I won't take you through today, but we have available here, and we'll also be making available shortly on our website and our digital portal. Finally, we built what we call a creative platform or brand narrative. A creative platform shows how our brand comes to life through creative storytelling. It should inspire, set the tone, and resonate about who we are, what we do, and what we aspire to accomplish. We're going to play a video now that shares RIT's creative platform, and hopefully you'll agree that these words ring true as a description of the RIT community.
At RIT, we leave the status quo to someone else. That's why we reject the everyday and the expected, and instead, we advance the exceptional, develop the unconventional, elevate the delightful. We're a kaleidoscope of curious minds, each embraced for our uniqueness and all working toward countless different goals. But we're united in the chase for a certain feeling. When our eyes widen and our jaws drop, when our hearts beat faster with the anticipation of discovery. It could happen anywhere, at any time. And at RIT, we've intentionally created a place where these moments happen over and over again. A place where something amazing is always right around the corner. It might be something slightly unusual. It might be something wildly creative, or even something theoretically impossible. It might be something no one has thought of yet. But there it is, right in front of us, just waiting to be made real. Whatever that something is, we go after it with everything we have. We observe, we analyze, and we untangle. We tinker, we test, and we prove. We teach and learn from each other. We solve problems, and then seek out new ones. Because this is what we live for. The unbridled energy and exhilaration that comes from achieving something, perfecting something. Because here, we're always on to something amazing.
Thank you. We'll now look at our new visual design system, starting with our logo. Because our logo represents the university at the very highest level, it is vital to our brand. It functions as a signature, an identifier, and a stamp of quality. The logo also serves as an umbrella that strengthens the units underneath, while at the same time these units are strengthening the master brand. A fundamental question about a logo is when and why to change it. RIT's logo has been the same for 30 years, so why update it at all? And I would say that is actually a key reason why it needs to. Logos are a fundamental part of any visual identity system, and logos clearly signal to the marketplace whether a brand is tired, dated, and behind the times, or a brand that is modern, creative, and relevant. And that is why essentially 100% of the biggest brands in the world, the ones we all know and love, do update their logos. Let's take a look at some brands that are now in the top 10 globally, starting with what they looked like 20 to 30 years ago. And now, let's take a look at those same brands today. So what are some of the changes that you saw? By making thoughtful updates to colors, to fonts, spacing, and design, all of the logos, and therefore the brands, appear more innovative and more modern. Some of the logo updates were dramatic, some were subtle, but all clearly signal that these brands are moving forward and have no plans on being left behind. And why would higher ed be any different? It isn't. We also have consumers, competitors, and categories that are in constant motion. And here are just 3 examples of the dozens of universities that have recently updated their logos. For RIT, our goal is to have a logo that has familiarity and gravitas, but at the same time is modern and reflective of the creative, innovative, and forward-thinking nature of the university. It also needs to be flexible and scalable at smaller sizes. After doing extensive exploration and testing, and with a lot of help from senior faculty and alumni of our world-renowned College of Art and Design, this is where we ended up. Some of the improvements made on the RIT side on the left, the main changes were, you may have noticed, removing the dots, increasing the thickness of the letters, and bringing those letters closer together. These changes allow the logo to scale and be more readable. At the same time, on the right, for Rochester Institute of Technology, we made more significant changes. Here we shifted to a new, clean, and a timeless sans serif font. The combination of these 2 elements creates the perfect blend between familiar and historical on one side, while also signaling our creativity and innovation and forward thinking on the other. Removing the dots was a difficult decision, but for the reasons mentioned above, and in particular the lack of scalability and the stretched look of R.I.T, we concluded this was the right move to make on a go-forward basis. Next, we'll look at how our logo fits into RIT's overall brand architecture. Yes, you already see, here's what we currently look like. Yeah, this is what you see today if you walk around our campus or look around our websites. To the outside observer, we appear to be really a bunch of small businesses that have absolutely nothing to do with each other. And we know that is not the case. At RIT, we're all fundamentally in the same business with related products and services being provided to related audiences. To compete with and beat the best universities in the country and around the world, we need to look like a unified and united powerhouse. So how will we do that? One important element is creating a brand architecture that builds awareness of the overall university and at the same time strengthens the awareness and association with the various units that make up RIT. And here is what that new brand architecture framework looks like. An effective brand architecture is a clear, consistent, prioritized system that shows how all elements within an organization relate to each other. This brand linkage strengthens both the master brand and the associated entities. Now let's look at a few examples showing how this will be applied at RIT. Starting at the top, you can see that RIT is the master brand, representing the overall university. Below that are the colleges and divisions, and below that are the schools and departments. And finally, below that are the programs. The result is a framework that any outside observer can quickly understand and navigate. On the left side, you can see that RIT is a signature visual element throughout the system. On the right side, you can see that the primary focus is right where it should be. As an example, for the College of Art and Design, the focus is on art and design. One level down, the focus is now on the School of Art within the College of Art and Design. And finally, the focus moves to the program level, in this case, illustration. For longer names, you can see that we have created a two-line format, and for named colleges, we have increased the visibility of the donor's name. We now have a complete system that accounts for all groups, including centers and student clubs. Finally, our visual design system sets the tone for how people initially see RIT and how they recognize us moving forward. It consists of typography, photography, graphic elements, and color. More significantly, it's the culmination of how all these pieces work together to convey and strengthen our overall brand message. The video you're about to see shows how all of these elements can come together. Thank you. We recently did quantitative research with prospective students, showing them a sample of new creative materials. We were thrilled that 94% of survey respondents said they wanted to learn more about RIT after seeing the new materials. And the top 4 attributes associated with RIT were creative, innovative, modern, and forward-looking. You may have noticed that brown is no longer in our color system. Brown has been removed for two primary reasons. The color has already largely been abandoned except in rare cases, and orange and brown really do not work together visually. The colors simply do not complement each other. And now for the most fun of all, let's talk about our spirit mark. While we did a lot of tiger and paw exploration, what we kept hearing from key stakeholders was, you already have a well-regarded, popular, and beloved tiger in athletics. So why try creating something completely new that would be competing with that? Why not instead look to work with, enhance, and expand upon the existing system? So that's exactly what we did. Here is the current athletics system. You can see that the tiger looks ferocious and competitive, but doesn't really look all that friendly or approachable. Which got us thinking, hey, we already have a friendly tiger, a tiger that has a lot of spirit, is a lot of fun, and is accepted and sought out for both athletic and academic events. I'm glad you didn't leave. Hi, Richie. Thank you. There we go. As a result, we added a friendly face and a less aggressive paw to the system. So that's Richie. So. Finally, we needed a mark that would work well for academics, which got us thinking about that as well. And here, hey, we already have a proud tiger, which is perfect for representing the academic side of RIT. Let's utilize that to help round out our spirit mark system. Okay. So, as a result, we now have a complete system of marks to help increase our sense of community and pride across the entire university. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Finally, let's talk about transition timing and support. Today marks the official launch of our new brand. On Monday, you can go to our division website to see our digital portal to get a more in-depth understanding of our new system. We'll continue building this out over time. Our digital toolkit will provide access to a variety of resources, including guidelines, templates, and designs. In October, you will see our new brand come to life all across campus, including on buildings, between buildings, on light poles, in bus shelters, and even the buses themselves. In January, we'll launch a major national brand reputation campaign. At the same time, you'll begin to see our new brand launched on rit.edu as we convert literally thousands of websites into one holistic, benefit-oriented, simple to navigate user experience. This is certainly a massive campus-wide effort, and we appreciate all the hard work being put in to help make this happen. While January is the official launch of our primary external marketing campaign, this does not mean our new look and feel is under lock and key until then. It just means that over the next 3 months, we will be collectively building the new system and increasing our templates and assets. Please come see us to discuss further. Another very important question relates to the timing of transitioning materials. The most important thing to know is that we have no interest in having anybody incur extra expense by purging their existing stock of materials. Just shift to these new designs when you next reorder, ideally with January as the target date for conversion. Similarly, there will be no effort made to go around campus chiseling dots off logos. Our logo conversion is also on a go-forward basis, and we're looking for eventual replacement of all materials. To close, I think it's appropriate that President Munson get the last word. We talked the other day about the idea of an elevator speech to quickly explain the RIT brand, and this is what he had to say.
You ever wonder what people think about you? First impressions, lasting impressions. Your brand is a summary of what people think about you when you're not in the room. Here at RIT, we've refreshed our brand to reflect how far we've come. So, who are we? What is our vision? How do we distinguish ourselves from other universities? Let me give you the elevator speech. At RIT, we blend technology, the arts, and design. We're a kaleidoscope of curious minds working together through creativity and innovation to move the world forward. Hey, that's worthy of a tweet. Let's work together to solidify our position as a creative and innovative powerhouse. We have no interest in the status quo. You are all brand champions. Look in the mirror. You are exceptional. We need for you all to understand the brand and tell our story to the world. Because at RIT, we're always onto something amazing.
Thank you. Thanks again for coming. We hope you're as excited as we are, and we look forward to working together to propel RIT forward. Go Tigers.